Okay, so far we've created our original template. And based on that, we made our index page with nested div tags and links to our movie posters. We also made an about page. Then we started to make our movie pages. First one I made was Night of the Living Dead. I did a layout with different div tags here. One for some information, one for image, one for a nested or embedded video from YouTube. Then we took that original Night of the Living Dead page and we saved it as a Dreamweaver template. Our second Dreamweaver template. This one's called Individual Movie Pages. That's what I called mine. And then we built our other movie pages off of that. But I'm going to use that same template, same Dreamweaver template, to create my tickets page. So let me go to File, New, Site Template, Movies. I could use an original movies template and just start from scratch for my layout. I'm going to use the individual movie pages template I already have because I like that layout. Okay, first thing I should do is save, File, Save As. I'm going to call this tickets.html. Make sure it's going in my site folder here. I'm going to highlight this and just call this tickets and movie times. Be very afraid. I'm going to keep that slogan there. And I'm just going to type in here, click on the links in the table below for movie tickets, and say movie tickets, locations, and schedule. Click this poster there. I can delete that. And I'm going to go to my insert panel under common, insert an image. And I have an image prepared here to replace that. It's going to have this little image of this little zombie hand with some tickets. Oh, I can resize that. And it's pretty good there. And I can delete this existing video. Position my cursor within that div tag. I'm going to hit enter or return one time. Then I'm going to insert my table under insert common table. Give me a few choices here. How many rows do I want? I want 4 rows. I want 3 columns. You have a choice of either percentage or pixels. We're going to do percent. And I'm going to make mine 90%. My 90% of that box wide. Border thickness, I'm going to do 2 pixels. There's no right or wrong there. You could have 1, 0, 4, whatever you want, within reason. Cell padding, the space that the text is indented from the side of the cell, or the side of the boxes, I'm going to say 3. And cell spacing, the space between the different cells, I'm going to say 3. I have a header, I can have none, left, top, or both. We're going to do top, and we're going to say OK. There's our table. Ready to go. Now as you see with my table selected, it gives me some choices in the property window down here. I can change the cell padding and space and border and things like that. Well, first thing I'm going to do is click in that first cell, hold and drag across the top 3. That's my header section. I don't want 3 separate cells, I want 1 cell. So down here in my properties window, underneath where it says row, I'm going to click that merge selected cells. So I merge there, and it creates 1 continuous cell. Or I can position my cursor in there and type in the words tickets and times. I'm going to position my cursor in that first cell, and I'm going to type in Fandango. You can see when I click off that, it knocks the cell size around unpredictably. And well, I can always grab that cell wall and move that around and reposition those sizes. Next, I'm going to do AMC Theaters. You can do this one, or you can do whatever theater you want. And then I'm going to do Carmike Cinemas. in this first section here, I'm going to say tickets. I'm going to highlight that. Copy it, position it here, paste, paste. And I'm going to say times. I'm going to highlight that, copy that, paste it, paste it. Now my table's ready to format. Oh, well, actually, before I format, I'm going to make these links. So I highlight the word tickets. I want this one to go to the Fandango website. I'm going to go to Safari and go to the Fandango. Okay, fandango.com. I'm just going to link to the home page just for the sake of time. The tickets highlighted, I can come down here to my link box and paste it in there. Okay. I'm also going to link this times section to the home page also, just to save time. Alright, next I'm going to grab my AMC Theater tickets, go to Safari, and look for the AMC Theaters webpage. There it is. Highlight that link, copy it, paste it. Highlight the AMC Theater times and paste it to there also. Next is Carmike Cinemas. There we go. Highlight that. Highlight the tickets, Carmike Cinemas tickets. Paste the URL. Highlight the times. Down here in the box, paste the URL. There we go. It's a functioning table. Now if I preview this in Safari, let's see what my basic table looks like. The transparent cells. There's my cell padding there. I could put that down to 0 or 1. But I just wanted you to see the table with a little bit of a cell padding there. Well, it's pretty transparent. It's a line left. It's sort of boring. Let's do some CSS changes to this. First thing I'm going to do is make sure my table is selected. Selecting the border of the table. And I'm going to add a new selector. We'll just call this dot movie vid space table. Movie vid is this div tag I made in the other tutorial. Space table, hit enter. Now I can do some formatting for there. I'm going to do a background texture. I can do background color or background texture. So I'm going to do a background color here. Do a nice pink color here. And I'm going to change the font. I'm just going to change the font family here because I want them all to be Gotham. There we are. Now I can position my cursor in the tickets and times text. Make a new selector for that one. Once again, in the tickets and times, new selector. This will be T-body, TR, which is table role, TH, table header. Hit enter. And for my background, for my header, I'm going to do a gradient. And I think I'm going to do one that's in the pink range, violet to pink. And click up here, make another slider for that one. Let me move this over. I want it to be a little bit lighter here. Nice. Text will pop out. Now when I look on the live view, I can see that I have a gradient here. Get off of live view. Now I'm going to position my cursor within the word Fandango, and I'm going to make some rules for that guy. I'm going to add a selector. This will affect my table rows and tabular data, so any of these other cells it should affect. T-body, TRTD. Hit return, do a background. This time I'm going to do a background image. I'm going to browse for that. I'm just going to use this one I already had. You can see how the background texture shows up in there. And I'm going to change the font color. Actually, I'm going to keep that black. Actually, I'll make it a little bit more towards the red. There we go. And it's not looking too bad. I think I'm going to do a few more changes. Let me go back to my movie vid table, my overall table CSS rules. Let me go to my text selection. I'm going to text align center. So now you can see all the text in the table is centered within the cells. Okay, not too bad. Let me go back to this T-body table role table header CSS rule. I decided I want to change some things with that text. I want to change the text color. Do a darker green. A little bit darker. I'm going to change the font style to oblique, and I'm going to change the font variant to small caps. You can do it however you want, but that's how I want to do mine. Good. And I think it's looking pretty good. Let's preview this and see if there's anything else we need to do. Okay, it looks pretty good. I like the way it looks. There's my links. These link colors and rollover colors were created at one of the first tutorials at the body level, so it affects all my links. If I wanted to change those, I could position my cursor within that link, make a new rule, a new CSS selector that just affects the tables. But I'm happy with the way it is now. Everything else looks pretty good, except I think I want to center this within the div tag here. There's a couple ways you can do it. With my table selected, I could align it center, or the best way to do it is within my movie vid table, my overall table CSS rule. I can go to my layout section. The width we know is already at 90%, so I could do 5% on the left, and it should center it within that div tag. There we go. If I preview it in Safari, save the changes. There, it's centered within the div tag. It's aligned center. My links look pretty good. My tabular data looks good. My background textures look nice. You could also add box shadows, border radius, all those different settings you want, but I think I'm happy with the way it is for now. And just make sure it's all saved. All right.